now that I'm 100% sure I've got all my dust and scratches done and they're on either a separate layer or I use the color range, I'm going to go ahead and get to work on this image. So what I might do now is I might go into here and I could sort of grab with the move tool all of these grid lines and I could get rid of them. And if I don't think I'm going to use them, I can go ahead and get rid of them. I also can go to Window, not Window, View, Extras, and toggle the grid off. At this point, I might now do a sort of finer crop. I sort of see that I want this line to sort of exist here, so I'm going to sort of maybe straighten that with the crop tool, and again with delete crop pixels unchecked. I'm going to maybe straighten up the line of that roof a little bit, sort of see how that looks in context with the whole image. I also now sort of might bring this down just a little bit. I might sort of go ahead and get him perfectly in the center. Sort of do any sort of crop that I might want to do for this image. If I don't like that, I can keep it at the original aspect ratio, press and hold shift, sort of come in a little bit, get his eye line, re-straighten that up and say enter. And again, with delete cropped pixels unchecked, I can always go back and recrop this. Command H to hide my extras. You can also see I've got a little bit of a line down here, so I'm just going to fine tune that. Go back to my crop tool, zoom in, and maybe bring that in just a little bit. And again, you know, just fine tuning this, coming back up. Okay. Now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and use an adjustment layer to work on this file. Again, like I've said before, that I never want to use just a image adjustment, because if I do that, it's going to be like forever baked into my image. So if I do a curve as an image adjustment and just do it, that was dust and scratches, by the way. If I do an image adjustment curve and I just like crank it through, like it's not gonna sort of play very nice, and then it's also not going to work with my dust and scratches layer, if you can see that, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and cancel that. I don't like working that way. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to build a curves adjustment layer. And this is where I'm going to do all of the work of my image. And I'm going to go ahead and start to make this a little bit darker. Maybe put a little bit of contrast in here. At this point, I know that it's definitely a little green. So instead of doing a color balance adjustment layer, I'm going to actually go in and switch to the green channel inside of my curve. And if I pull down on this and then use my arrow keys down and to the right, I can actually do all of my color correction inside of the curve. And I can maybe switch back to RGB, maybe make it a little bit brighter, go back to green, sort of put some magenta in there. Maybe it now needs a little bit of cyan. So I'll come in here and give it a little cyan. Now it's maybe starting to look a little blue, so I need to put some yellow into it. And this is how I'm going to sort of do my final image editing, right? I'm going to sort of get this dialed in so it looks the way I want it to look as a print. And I actually like will keep this up into the printing process, maybe like some of those red shadows. And this is how I'm going to sort of get my color correction done. And so you can see where I was and where I'm at, where I was and where I'm at. I'm going to dive back into this, maybe make it a little more contrasty, a little slight bit of darkness. Okay. So that's going to be my curves adjustment layer. I really do think I can do most of what I need to do in there. I could go into the color balance and maybe start to like fine tune this a little bit more, maybe warm it up. But you know, for me, really, I think most of everything I can do is gonna happen in one curves layer. Okay.